Hey guys, it's Izzy here, and today we're going to be looking at all the classic books that I want to buy. So these are not on my physical TBR, these are just on my wish list of classics that I want to read at some point in my life. I do have a Goodreads shelf with all of these books on it, so I will be sure to link that down below in the pinned comment if you guys would like a physical list to see which books I'm going to be talking about in this video. So I'm going to start with the most recent one that I've added to the list and then going down from there. So I am going to be focusing on reading classics in the month of April, so that's most likely when I will be getting to these books. So if you want that time frame of when they may be featured in a vlog or something. So the first book is Passing by Nella Larsen. I actually do own this book. I added it to my list on January 23rd, and I actually bought a copy on February 1st at Barnes & Noble, and I definitely do really want to get to that one. There is a Netflix movie or series, I'm not sure what it is, I just know there is something with Netflix, and there are some actors that I am familiar with on that show, and I think it's all in black and white, so I think that's really cool. Can't wait to watch that and read the book. So then, and that was published, I'm not going to read these published dates because these are like when that edition of the book was published, because obviously Gatsby didn't come out in 03. But okay, so then we have Dusty Answer by Rosamund Lehman, and I added this to my list on January 1st. This is one that I probably saw in a YouTube video. I do not remember what it's about. And yeah. So then we have 1984 by George Orwell, which I did add this to my list on December 20th. This is a book that has gained a lot of popularity recently because of just recent politics and whatnot. So, and it's only one I've wanted to read. I've read other books by George Orwell. I have the graphic novel for this one, so I don't know if I'll read the graphic novel before I read the novel. Then we had The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, and I added this on my list the same day. I have read this book, but I read it on a school copy, so I do not own a physical copy of this book, but I do want to reread it. Then Paradise Lost by John Milton. I added this on my list on December 15th. I saw this on Emma's channel, and yeah, this is going to be a really like a wild one for me. I haven't read anything like that. Then we have a Thomas Hardy one. I've read one Thomas Hardy book and it was a good read, but this one is The Return of the Native. Then also one from Emma's channel. That one might have been as well, but not 100%, but I know this one is King Lear by William Shakespeare. So that's Shakespeare I want to read. I have several Shakespeares that I want to read. I know I own one down there because I do The Tempest. I am wanting to reread books that I read in school just to see how it might differ as an adult to reading them now. So then The House on the Strand by Daphne du Maurier. I don't know how to say the surname there. It sounds French. Then First Love by Ivan Turgenev. It looks Russian. Then one from Emma's channel again, The Fairy Queen, Book 1 by Edmund Spenser. This like really focuses on the Elizabethan era, the first Elizabethan era, because we kind of are in a one right now, for the past 70 years. So I am really fascinated in that time period, so I want to read that. So Can You Forgive Her by Anthony Trollope. I saw this on Hardcover Hearts, and I think it's kind of like a classic romance. Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. There are a lot of other medias that have done this, movies, shows, miniseries, all that. So I do want to get to that since it seems to be so influential. This will be, did I read Hamlet? I don't know if I read Hamlet, but another Shakespeare. Then Picture of Dorian Gray. I know this is a lot of people's favorites. This is by Oscar Wilde. Gray is one of my like surnames. I've talked about how I do my surnames before. Go back to your great-grandparents, so technically it wasn't one of my great-grandparents, but it is second great. But I say your great-grandparents, so I don't remember how many of those you have. Is it 8? Yeah, you have 8. So each one of those surnames I consider one of mine. So Emma by Jane Austen, because Pride and Prejudice is one of my favorite classics. Let me show you off something. this Jane Austen Funko Pop I got at Books A Million in Baltimore, and Arundel. Yeah, because it's the only Books A Million I go to, but yeah, we have her. And then we have The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. This book is getting banned in America recently. I've read one book by Mark Twain, and we actually have a statue of him in my city at our library, but I don't remember like anything, so because it was so long ago when I read it, that I would like to read more from Mark Twain. And then Romeo and Juliet by Shakespeare. This will be a reread. Read it my freshman year. Might have been sophomore. We did a Shakespeare play like every year, which is really cool. And this is one that I did my senior year, I think, and that is Macbeth by Shakespeare. Then Dracula by Bram Stoker. Have not read. I don't really even know what Dracula is about. I just like vampire. That's all. So you like start. There's actually a book that inspired Dracula, and it was a female one, and I cannot remember the name, which is really bad that I can't remember, but maybe it will be on this list. So then The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe, that will be another reread for me. I do want to reread the books by Poe that I have read. I want to go to the museum that is in Richmond, Virginia. I drove by it last month, or 2 months ago now. Yeah, literally like exactly 2 months. I drove by it and I'm like, I want to go there. Yeah. The Crucible, that will be a reread by Arthur Miller. We watched the movie with Winona Ryder, and it was a good time, and I think it is something that I will enjoy to reread. The Island of Dr. Maru, is this the one that is... They were like hunting humans, and I feel like it was some kind of Russian thing. That there were... I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's by H.G. Wells, which, like, the story, I remember reading the story like that, but I don't remember reading anything by H.G. Wells, but from school. This is Hypertomachia Polophilia, The Strife of Love in a Dream by Francesco Colonna. I think I saw this in an ASMR video, to be honest. It's something Greek. That's all I know. Don Quixote by Miguel de Cerentas. Saved? I'm not sure. I've never seen that name before. Yeah, I know there is a nice version of that, a penguin cloth bound, so I do want to add that to my collection. And I haven't really read that. I think we read bits and pieces of that, but I haven't really read that much Spanish. I've read modern Spanish books translated from Spanish authors, but no classics. So when we have Sense and Sensibility, again, I just am a fan of Jane Austen, so I want to read all of her books. Waverley by Walter Scott. I do not remember anything about that. It's been 2 years since I added that. A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf. This inspired another book that is about just writers who have lived like in this one apartment in flat in England. So I want to read that. Then we have The Shuttle by Frances Hodgson Burnett. Don't remember. Miss Bunkle's book. I have no idea what this is, but it's on here. By D.E. Stevenson. Okay, we're getting to our last three now. We have The House of Mirth. Is that who wrote? No, different writer. By Edith Wharton. This is a book of Olive. She's a big fan of Edith Wharton, and that's how I found out about this. And just what her books are about really appeals to me, and I want to get to reading them. Then Evelina by Frances Burney. I don't know. And then A Simple Story by Elizabeth Iqbal. Don't know anything about that, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your favorite classics are and which ones I should read, or if you have read any of these. But I will see you in the next one. As always, comment, rate, and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all of my videos go live. Bye!